Hey, what is up guys? My name is Oleg, this is Panda. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you my Seiko collection. I just gonna have a nice show and tell video where I get to show off my Seiko collection, share these timepieces with you. So grab a cup of tea or coffee or juice or whatever you're drinking, and let's open that watch box together. State of my Seiko collection at the end of 2018. It's the Seiko SKX. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye guys. Okay, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I have more than one watch. In today's video, I'm going to show you 6 Seiko watches that are currently in my collection. I gotta mention to you that I sold a couple of watches from the collection. I had 8 up until a couple of weeks ago, but I got rid of 2 of them, and I will tell you which ones at the end of this video. But let's start the video by talking about the Seiko SKX. I'm not going to give you full reviews for each one of the watches because the video will be very long. Plus, I already reviewed pretty much all of the watches that you're going to see today, except for one. And I will tell you which one I didn't review yet. So this is the Seiko SKX 009, a Harlex crystal, 7S26 automatic movement, reliable watch, a great watch, an icon. This watch has been featured in so many reviews. It's a favorite for a lot of watch reviewers. Day-date complication, 200 meters of water resistance with the ISO certification, a really nice Jubilee bracelet. You can tell that I love Jubilee bracelets. So this watch has been a staple of my Seiko collection for a long time, and it will continue being in my collection. I have so many great memories with this watch. Took it with me on many vacations, on many family trips, and trips with friends. So I truly love this watch. It's not perfect. It has a lot of downsides, which I mentioned in countless videos, but it still is one of my favorite Seikos ever made, and it's probably my favorite Seiko in a collection. So this is the Seiko Flightmaster. I think the reference is SNK 411, and I'll try to link all the watches that you see today in the description below as I can find them, because some of them are vintage, so they're not so easy to find. This one here is not vintage, so I bought it I think about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years ago or so. And I really enjoyed this watch. So it has that pilot watch aesthetic. Obviously, it's a chronograph with the screw down pushers, giving this watch actually 200 meters of water resistance. Not something that you see on a lot of chronographs. I also like the movement in this watch because it has that smooth sweeping hand, which is nice to see. And other than this seconds hand by the 9 o'clock position, you wouldn't be able to tell that this is a quartz watch. Yes, guys, this is a quartz watch. Oh no. I committed the biggest crime of all, owning a quartz watch. But I don't care. I love how beautiful this watch is. I love that yellow seconds hand for the chronograph. I like the date by the 3 o'clock position. And it's nice to have a quartz watch in your collection, because you will see that I didn't set the time for none of my watches except for the ones that are quartz, because they automatically keep time, which makes it very easy and convenient to just put them on the wrist and go. The bracelet on this watch is alright, nothing special, but the watch to me is special. I bought it on eBay from Creation Watches. I think I paid something like 300 Canadian dollars. I enjoy it to this day. It's a nice looking watch. It's a bit busy for some people, and I can understand that, but to me, I really like this watch. So this is a bit of a dressier timepiece. This is the Seiko SNK K71, obviously a Seiko V series with the display case back. It also has the 7S26 movement, just like the Seiko SKX, and I really like this watch. I think that this is a perfect one watch collection on a budget. This watch goes great on the leather strap like you see today. This buckle is a bit too big for the watch, but the leather strap fits it really nicely, and it's just one of the cheap leather straps that I found on eBay, but I think it looks great on the watch. The watch originally came on the metal bracelet. The bracelet was not the greatest. It had the folded metal links, which kind of sucks. Come on, Seiko, step it up. But I paid only $50 for this watch just over 1 year ago. It was on sale on Amazon. I was really happy to have picked it up. And at the moment, they're I think around 65 bucks or so on Amazon. Fantastic price, if you ask me, for this quality of a watch. Harlex crystal, day-date complication, of course. Really nice design to this watch. It fits really nicely on the wrist. It looks great, And I really like the fact that you can really dress it down or dress it up as you need to. It can be a great dress watch like you see here. It could be a casual watch, or you can even use it as a sports watch. Just put it on the bracelet that it originally came on. It has 100 meters of water resistance, just a beautiful timepiece. And I think I will actually do a video about this watch in the future, talking about my 5 reasons why I think this is a perfect first watch for somebody who's starting into the watch collecting hobby. The next watch we're going to look at is this 1990s Seiko Chronograph. Little Panda is what I call it. I have it right now on this NATO strap. It was one of the cheap NATO straps I bought from Amazon, I think. But I think the NATO strap really fits this watch nicely. It's a really nice and slim watch. It's a slender watch, and I really like wearing this watch when I do sporting activities, like if I go for a jog or if I go skiing or snowboarding. It fits on the wrist really well. It holds really well. Of course, it has the chronograph function, which is useful for sporting activities. Really enjoy wearing this watch. I picked it up at the flea market. I think I spent $50 or somewhere around that on this watch, and I'm really happy with it. It has that red seconds hand. Of course, it's a quartz movement, and the case is not stainless steel. It's actually, I think, chrome plated brass. You can see some of the chrome plating has peeled off. Not a huge deal, gives the watch character in my mind, but to some people that might bug them. To me, perfectly acceptable. A bit of a rough condition, but I love this watch, and I don't think it's going to leave my collection anytime soon. Next up is this vintage Seiko V. I believe this one is from 1970s. Once again, I picked this one up at the flea market. I paid 50 Canadian dollars for it. This is the newest watch to my collection out of the ones that you're going to see today, and I really like it. So 50 Canadian dollars, that's about 35-40 US, which I think is a fantastic price for an automatic Seiko V. And I think it's a new old stock because the condition of it is pretty much brand new. There are no scratches on this bracelet. There are no scratches on the crystal, and it's acrylic crystal, I believe. A nice dome to it. But yeah, the condition is just fantastic, and I actually haven't done a review of it yet, even though I owned it for at least 3-4 months now, something like that, just a press clasp. But it don't matter to me. I really like the charm of these vintage Seikos. I don't know the exact reference number because it looks like it has the sticker from the store that it was originally being sold at. But yeah, I really like this watch. There is a lot of benefits to it. It has that cool date change with the push on the crown, kind of a cool, neat feature. And I gotta tell you, whenever I post a picture of this watch on Instagram, those are the pictures that get the most likes, the most comments. This watch is really loved on Instagram, and it's very photogenic. It's a very pretty watch to look at. I really like this watch. I will do a full review of it soon. I can't say enough positive things about it, and I'm really happy that I could find it on the flea market. I don't think this watch is going to leave my collection anytime soon. I did try it on a leather strap. I didn't really like it. I think this watch belongs on this bracelet, even though the bracelet is kind of crappy, but I guess that's part of the charm. And it kind of reminds me of the AP Royal Oak. I know it's a long stretch. Don't hate on me in the comments, but it kind of reminds me of the AP Royal Oak with that with the lug shape and the case shape. I'll talk more about it in the review, but that's basically my vintage Seiko V. And last but not least is my automatic Seiko Chronograph 6139. I think the full reference for this one is 6139-6012. It's a really nice 1970s automatic chrono with the 6139 automatic movement. I bought this one actually from Venezuela on eBay. I took a bit of a risk. The risk has paid off. The watch is original as far as the movement goes. I think some of the elements were replaced. Like you can see, there's some paint residue on the hours and minutes hand. So I believe the dial was redone at some point. Maybe it's not even an original dial to the watch. You can also see some glue residue around the date window. I also believe that the seconds hand has to be in red to match the minute running track for the chronograph. All those things are not a huge deal to me. and I will probably replace the dial at some point, and that will solve a bunch of issues. And finding a second hand for a watch like this is not a big deal. So one of these days I'll get into it and fix up the watch and bring it to its glory. But the case is in a pretty good shape, and the movement is in good shape. It comes on this Seiko bracelet. It reminds me of that Zelos swordfish bracelet, kind of a similar style. These straight cut bracelet links, they reflect light really nicely. Again, not sure if this is an original bracelet to this watch, but I tried it on a leather strap, I tried it on a racing strap, and I keep on coming back to this bracelet. I think it just fits it so well. The watch keeps great time, and the chronograph function actually works. Let me show you. So just charge it up, because of course it's not hand winding, so you have to get the rotor started. So of course you start with the top pusher, and you stop it with the top pusher, and you reset it with the bottom pusher. Resets back to 0 perfectly. So yeah, really like this watch. It finds a lot of wrist time, probably gets the most wrist time in my watch collection other than the SKX. Yeah, really cool watch. Really happy that I took that risk. I bought it for $150 US, which is a fantastic price to pay for a Seiko 6139. All right, so that's the state of my Seiko collection as of the end of 2018. There were 8 watches in total up until about 2 weeks ago, but I sold 2 of them. I sold the Seiko Sea Urchin, and I sold the Indian Seiko, the one that I thought was fake Seiko, and I bought it for a Halloween special, but turns out it was a real Seiko. It just didn't really have a place in my collection, especially since I already have a vintage Seiko V. Those 2 watches were too similar. It didn't get enough wrist time, so I decided to sell it to somebody else who is going to enjoy that watch. And the Sea Urchin, as I mentioned in the review, it's a nice watch, but again, didn't get enough wrist time, didn't excite me enough, and I decided, hey, why do I hog this watch, so to speak? Why would I keep it in my watch box if I'm not really wearing it that much? I'd rather sell it to somebody else that will enjoy the watch. And actually that watch went to one of the local subscribers of the channel. I'm really happy for you. I hope you enjoyed this watch, because it is a great watch, just wasn't right for me. So what are my Seiko collection goals for 2019? Well, there are actually a couple of watches that I'm interested in, but the biggest one is the Seiko Samurai. I wanted to experience and maybe add one to my collection for a long time. Another watch that I really wanted to add to my collection, another Seiko diver, a vintage Seiko Turtle, or a mini turtle. I know those watches are hard to find, especially in a good condition, but that's something that I'm going to be on the lookout for in 2019. Other than that, I don't really know. The new Recraft series from Seiko's look kind of cool. Maybe a nice chronograph, but I already have 3 Seiko chronographs in the collection. Probably don't need another one, but you never know. As far as selling any of the Seiko watches in my collection right now, I don't see myself selling any of them. I think I like all 6 equally. Well, obviously some I like more than others, but I like all of them. I don't think I'm gonna sell any, but then you never know. Tomorrow I might change my mind and sell all 6. Very unlikely though. I appreciate you watching this video until the end. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about the Seiko collection, and do you have any of the watches that I have, and what is your Seiko collection? What are your Seiko collection goals? Leave all those thoughts below. I always enjoy reading your comments. By the way, today on my wrist I'm wearing my Rolex Datejust. I just got this watch. I did a kind of a first week on the wrist video. That video of course can be found on the channel, and I just replaced the crystal. Now the magnification of the date is proper, so if you haven't seen that video, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. Go back, take a look if you're interested. In the description of this video there is a secret link. Check it out if you want to. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys next time.